Yeah.
We can't put, if we try to visualize the future, it's the same families and all that stuff. So when I make movies on the future, I have to use families in there. There'll be no families. Most people won't want children. But today, that's normal. So you have to use that if you really want to change people. Otherwise, you come at them and go, what the hell are you talking about? I wouldn't want to live in your world. Your grandmother, I told you, if you took her to Miami Beach and she saw the girls with their butts hanging out, she'd say they've gone too far. Now, she's right where she's coming from, but not today. But you got to understand, your grandmother was brought up in a different world. So we teach the kids in school that your parents and your grandfather were brought up at different times and their values are different than ours. But don't look at them as bad. Understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
That the Indian is not stupid. All they do in their culture is dance around a fire, la la la, and because that's all they know. That's all they've been exposed to. But if you tell them that an Eskimo doesn't worry about how a diesel engine works, because he's never even been exposed to that. That's why you don't have Eskimos asking, what's the function of valves in airplanes? He can't ask that question. So normal women, for example, if you go out with a girl and your car conks out, she says, just a minute, lifts up the hood, makes it, just try it now. What's your work? We don't like that. We like to be the guy that fixes the car. So we're brought up with values that hurt one another. We don't like a girl that says, I'm a doctor, surgeon, I'm professor of biology.
Yeah.
We resent that. Be a woman. What the hell does that mean? Be stupid as you used to be? So we live in a world that's transitional. It's undergoing change continuously. That's where the problems come from. People are not brought up to look forward to change. How many of you know what nanotechnology is? Will you raise your hand?
Yeah, heard about it.
It's taking atoms and arranging them in different molecular patterns so you can make anything. You don't need to mine diamonds or gold. You can make a beefsteak if you can arrange the atoms without killing a cow.
Yeah.
So with the advent of nanotechnology, the nanotechnologists say we're about 15 years away from that. Or say 25 years. That's wonderful. Then there'd be no scarcity of any kind anymore. So let's do a hell of a lot of research on nanotechnology.
Yeah.
And those of you that have seen my pictures of shape memory alloys, how many of you have seen it? Materials that remember.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if you've never seen that, it's very hard to think that way.
Yeah.
So we think that memory materials have one memory. If you make a spring, it'll go back to that. If you spell out Jesus Christ with a wire, straighten it out, and then heat it, it goes back to Jesus Christ. You can build a following with that if you want to use it that way. You know, you can get a lot of people in line. But it only has one memory. And people think somebody invented that. Nobody did. Some Swede mixed nickel and titanium to get different metals to see what results would be. And he bent it, left it on a table in front of a heat lamp, and it straightened out again. And he was just as confused as anybody. Nobody ever invented anything. They always pick it up from something in nature. Electricity has been in nature for years.
Yeah.
You know, yes.
And if something is out of people's frame of reference, then they see it as magical. But if you examine something, you put it to test scientifically.
That's what you have to do. Explain it to people that don't know that.
Yeah.
If you fail to do that, you fail to take on your responsibility. If we fail to accept responsibility for our own future, others will do our thinking for us.
Yeah.
That's called fascism.
Yeah.
They're going to do what's best for you. But science is not a method of doing something that's best for scientists. What scientists do is say, don't live near a swamp with the mosquitoes that carry malaria. That's not for their gain. They don't sell you anything. They advise you so that the future is not self-centered. It's oriented toward the group. Is that clear?
Yeah.
And if we live a self-centered life, the group losses are higher. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The next question, Jacque, is regarding the introducing of a resource-based economy. Is there any place that you would see as preferable for this?
Our
Is your
website.
Location.
Our website has tons of questions and answers, information, books, videotapes, everything. And when we sell the videotapes, that's how we support the project.
Yeah.
We can't do our research. It takes me 2.5 years to build the models for a 15-minute film. How do you do that? We need support.
Yeah, of course.
He's asking if there's any a physical place, right, that would be best to build the resource-based economy of the first city.
We will build it anywhere in any country that wants to build it.
Okay.
But it'll be a different size, different design, depending on the climate. You know, it has to be designed for that area.
Of course.
Ideally,
Besides, I don't know, ideally the tropics,
yeah,
because there's more sunlight, more energy available.
flat, and the tropics,
And flat.
someplace where it's warm and hot, so you can use solar and take advantage of all that.
So in the tropical.
It's easier to build, yeah.
Yeah.